It's time to bring in our next guest on the show, and that is going to be John Paolino. He is the head coach of the Doniphan West baseball team. Hey, Coach, appreciate your time. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Hey, great start to the season. The wins are there, but what have you enjoyed so far on the great start to your season so far?
The boys seeing success. It's great to see them be successful and seeing success in something.
What were your expectations coming into the year before the season even started? What were you thinking about the outlook of the season?
Uh, to put it together, just kind of last year we had a pretty strong season last year, so this year the expectations were we set the bar last year, and it's just to exceed the bar we set last year, finishing the season 18-7, had a second place regional finish. Kind of stung a little bit, and the boys know we only lost one, so we can definitely repeat, hopefully exceed last year's success.
What sparked last year? Kind of take me back to last year's season and kind of what sparked that great year.
We had a young man by the name of Cooper Everly, and he was on the mound, and when he was on the mound, he handled business for us, and it made life as a coach really easy. So we had him, and the offense was firing. So good pitching followed by a good offense. You know how that goes.
Could you see that coming though? As a coach, and kind of seeing the guys grow up, whether it's junior high, then as they get in the high school, could you kind of see that maturation?
No, because I'm not originally from the area, so I didn't get to see him. I got to see him his sophomore year, sophomore junior year, and then his senior year. So I mean, yeah, he got better, but I didn't get to see the youth side of it, so to speak. There.
And then coming into this year, like you mentioned, with so much experience coming back, what was it like kind of hitting the ground running this year? Could you feel just a difference with the experience?
Absolutely. Practices were smoother, more efficient. We get in, we get out. They understand the expectations. They understand the standard. So it made for practices to be a lot more efficient. And we hit the ground running. We're out of there, hour and a half, 2 hours max, and we've accomplished everything we need to. And the experience coming back. Plus, we have a plethora of youth talent or young talent, freshmen that came in. So, and they just plugged right in, and it made life easy.
What were the numbers like for Doniphan West baseball this year? A rough estimate on how many came out?
17.
17. Okay, right on there. Is that typical for you since you've been there?
So our first year, I think we were at I think it was 8 or 9 when we were combined with Riverside, and the second year was about the same. And then last year, I believe we had around 16, and this year we're right at 17. So right, and that freshman class is huge. Brings a lot of numbers.
You're kind of handcuffed to whatever class comes in, but have you seen maybe a growth, I guess, in baseball just in the area?
Uh, you see, it appears to be picking up. Everybody seems to want to be a part of it. The young guys are the most of my seniors are out giving lessons to half of the community half the time, and it seems to be generating some interest there. So
You mentioned the guys knowing the standard. What kind of standards did you want to set when you took over the baseball program? What were some of your goals and just, some of the things that you wanted to make sure it was very clear on what your standard was?
be efficient. So don't waste our time. Time's the only resource you'll never get back. So let's not waste each other's time. Let's be efficient. Let's do what we have to do. And most of all, people forget it's a game. Let's have fun, right? We do it with a good attitude. We do it to standard, and we have fun, and we get out of there, and we get to it.
You look at your schedule. Obviously you got, league games filling things up, but as a coach, where do you kind of dip into? Because you could probably go, if you wanted to look in Nebraska, if you want to look in Missouri, and, maybe even, I don't know how far you wanted to go, maybe into Iowa, but how far out do you look as far as scheduling games, non-conference wise?
Um, I'll be honest with you. I let my AD handle all that stuff. I
There you
just,
go.
give me a schedule and I'll manage it, buddy. I know we had talked a little bit this year, and we got some out of conference team, JCN, Jefferson County North. As far as going across the bridge, though, I haven't had much luck there. Uh, but yeah, we got picked up Jefferson County North, and then obviously Riverside is going to be a powerhouse for the next few years. Good baseball club down there. We picked them up. They're out of conference. And then Mar Hill, who's combined with Troy, out of conference, and they seem to be have it clicking. So we picked up some good competition outside of the league.
Yeah, you mentioned the good competition. Like how important I think in any sport. I mean, it's good to have that that good competition throughout the schedule. But how big is it just for baseball, making sure you're seeing whether it's good pitching or anything like that?
It's pretty important. Pretty important because when you're teaching the kids and you teach them the right way to do things, and then it's important. It's important to have the competition, see the competition, because you don't really find out who you are until you face some adversity. When you face some adversity, you find out who you are. So facing those good teams um, is huge, and we face them right before regionals, so that'll get us tuned up and ready for hopefully another deep regional run.
You mentioned kind of figuring out who you are. Like, have you been able to, through your first few games, to kind of figure things out? Do you have a pretty good pulse of the team this year?
Defensively, yes. Offensively, we're hot, we're cold. Normal baseball stuff. You never know what's gonna happen or what it's gonna do. But I'm hoping we can find our groove tonight. We play tonight. We go out to Frankfurt, and they're if I had to pick a rival, I would say they're our rival. Last year, we went 1-3 against them. This year, we split with them the first series. So I'm kind of hoping to find out tonight what our offensive groove is.
John Paolino joining as head coach of Doniphan West baseball team. Some of the guys that maybe have stood out. I know there's so much experience, so maybe there's a lot of them. But who are some of the guys that have stood out this year so far?
Coulter Peterson, he has 29 strikeouts on the year. The dude he's up there. He's shoving, man. He's just a dude all the way around, doing exactly what he needs to do. And then he's one of our seniors. And then Hayden Polino's catching for us. He's batting, I think, 586 right now.
Wow.
Kind of just, doing what he's supposed to do as a senior, being both those two and the leadership at the helm of our leadership is just great. Those two guys right there are calm, cool, and collected. They do a job. And the other thing is we got some freshmen coming in. So I'll give you a shout out to one. His name's Braylon Shelton. We put him in the Frankfurt game. We were down 4-3. We were trying to save arms. You know how that mess goes, manage arms, and we put him in down by 1, 2 runners on, and the dude got us out of there. So we got some strong freshmen like him. Catcher Peterson, who comes in, he's a starter for us, usually starts game 2 for us. He's a heck of a guy. He'll throw the ball. Man, I go down the list about all of them. There's so many of them. It's just that everybody's Preston Pace is a sophomore. He's one of our best arms we have. He throws, absolutely shoves, and he's getting it done at the plate. I can't remember. He's batting around 350, 360, something like that. Kason Keller, he's one of our quiet guys, but he, sophomore again, doing what he's supposed to do. Just is, living the standard, being a standard, showing up to work. Taven Clary, my junior at first base, I think he's our lone starting junior on the varsity side there, and he does what he does. He keeps the team morale high. Doesn't miss much at first. Pretty solid there. Oh man, I'm just going around the lineup at this point. And then we got we got Brett Himes, another senior in right field. Our outfield's a dead zone. Braylon Shelton out in left. Brecken Falk, that dude's got a set of wheels on him. Brett Hyman right. Our entire outfield's just a dead zone. There's nothing.
That's nice. I mean, you mentioned some of those pitchers though. Like, how much depth do you want, especially at that classification? Like, how much depth do you want at that pitcher position, especially with the pitch counts?
The more, the merrier.
Yeah.
I think we're sitting right now. We've got a solid 6 guys who can throw strikes, get it across the plate, and let the defense work. Which is what we want. Our defense is solid. We hold up pretty well. We haven't had very many errors on the year. But yeah, we got enough. We got quite a few guys who can throw some strikes, and then some emergency guys who can also throw strikes. So at this level, I mean, throwing strikes is the biggest thing we can do. We can do if we can get the ball in play, we're doing all right.
Hey, Coach, appreciate your time, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That is John Paolino, the head coach of the Doniphan West baseball team. We'll have more of the show right after this.